लेसन अडॉप्शन को लेने से पहले पीडीआईज एडीआईज व्यूअर्स क्या करना चाहिए, लेसन अडॉप्शन से पहले लर्नर को क्या कहना चाहिए, व्हाट डू यू हैव टू से टू लर्नर when you've planned something, you moved off in your part 3 test. Especially in teaching you can do so many different things, but in the test specifically, how you can do this before you say we are adapting this lesson for you. You've agreed anything, everything, whatever you agreed. Soon the learner comes to junctions turning left and right. You ask them turn right. They're given late signal. Suppose like now, you've identified the fault that you've given late signal. So the learner agrees to it, and you will go into it that whatever the lesson plan, this late signal, what is the issue, why did that happen? So before you adopt this signal, you have to get the knowledge, information and understanding. You just can't just say, oh, we're going to adopt this, you've made this mistake. No, this is not the way. You need to ask the learner, how did this happen, why did this happen, whether they are lack of it, whether they don't know about the consequences of the signal, whether they have the information when to give signal, when to not give signal, what is the right signal, like a correct signal, what is the signal timing, and signal appropriate, like when is necessary. So these are only 3 things that you can talk about the signals. So signal necessary, signal timing, and correct signal. So when you ask them, and if the learner has got this information, they've told you it, then the adoption don't make no sense. It's just that they've given the late signals. Then you will go back and say to them, why did this happen? Why did you give late signal? So they might don't have that knowledge that we have to give 8 to 10 car lengths, or they had the knowledge 8 to 10 car lengths, but there was something else they were doing, and then according to that you will plan. There might be the given signal late, but because of the speed, and if you adopt the signal or that the given signal late, this problem will not get fixed. So if the problem that happens with the signal is related with the speed, then you will try to correct the speed. You will go into the adoption of the speed. This is where the problem starts with the teaching strategy in the core competencies. That you not getting the proper understanding with the learner as a client-centered, like in older days. Still in today's life, there are some instructors, and it's the way that they teach, that we used to do the control lessons, and we spend hours and hours reading out the books and giving them the knowledge and the information and the understanding and words to words, and this is clutch, this is brake, and is this a client-centered? This is not client-centered now anymore. The client-centered is that everybody who comes to you, whether they drove the car in the past in their life or not, they are up to an age limit that they came to you and they're allowed to drive. They have been given a license, and they have got the eyes, and they have been watching whether passenger, customer, or mom, dad's car and all that. The client-centered is that you will make them sit in today's life and start asking them questions, start getting the information. What do they know about it? What is the knowledge they have about the controls? What is the controls? And the basic few things that they probably don't know, the door flushing into the door mirrors, you will give them that information. They probably don't know who is responsible for the seat belt for under the age of 14, and they probably don't know the door is closed properly or not, and these are the things. And then you will go into the more complex things, that like a clutch, that how, or like a gear, that don't look at the gear when you change in gear, or the bit of the techniques that is out there that you will tell them that how to adjust the seat and things like that to make them comfortable. So basically, in the today's life, when the lesson plan is made and the something happens, if something happens, a signal, and then you start going into, oh, now next junction you will give signal 8 to 10 car lengths, but their speed is the problem, and if the speed is not fixed, they will have an issue again with the signal, or maybe mirrors. Then this is the why the adoption is not just that every single things that you will pick up, and the words adoption is there in the core competency lesson plan question number 4, and you will start talking about it. Oh no, we have to do this now. This is the adoption. The adoption is according to the learner's ability, according to the learner's knowledge, information, according to the things that you've seen. And this is where all the PDIs got the lack of the information and understanding, and they don't go into the actual, they don't ask the question, they don't get the knowledge from the learner, and that's how they fail with the lesson planning. Other than that, जब आपको एक चीज़ का पता चल गया कि ये इनकी प्रॉब्लम है, तो इसको लिंक कैसे करना है फिर? आपने जब गाड़ी चलते हुए भी कर सकते हैं, अगर सेवेरिटी ऑफ दी मिस्टेक के ऊपर है, और गाड़ी रोक के भी ऊपर भी कर सकते हैं। रोकने का ये मतलब नहीं है कि आप आधा घंटा 10 मिनट रोक दें। हर एक चीज़ को 2-4 मिनट के अंदर फारग करें और मेन पॉइंट्स के ऊपर बात करें, ख़ास करके टेस्ट में। अगर टेस्ट में नहीं है तो फिर तो डिफरेंट बात है, लेकिन आप फिर भी टाइमिंग को तो कंट्रोल में रखेंगे ना। तो इसलिए आपने वो कहना है कि देखें, आपका लेसन प्लान तो ये है। लेसन प्लान का एक्चुअल क्या मतलब होता है कि आपने चीज़ को आगे मूव करना है। आज जब आप वापस आए तो कुछ सीख के आए। फिर ये नहीं कि you just need to give me star now, 1 star, 2 star, 5 star, and at the end you give me 5-6 stars. In reality, you have to see what they have learned. As a teacher, you clearly can see that they have learning or not learning, and then when you make the adoption with it, then you will say to them, see, this is one thing that you wanted to come back, and this mistake that's happening, this means that you are making it double for you. This means that your learning process is slower, and if you're making it not lesser, that means you need it more, and in this way you will take more longer time. You have to give them some logics to learn and pass test and be a safe driver. And now try to get that responsibility, try to take that responsibility so you can make it lesser. Don't make the adoption always. Try to take all the responsibilities. But what happens now, because of the speed, less few junctions, I can according to their again ability, that I prompt you, I guide you, or I talk it through all of it. So then again, even if they say talk me through, and you know, if I prompt them, you will just take them around and say, okay, fine, I can guide you through, I can talk it through. But the problem is that I can see that with the promption you will understand. And when you give them example that, okay, if I remind you that when I give you turning left and right, and if I just remind you about the signal, what the things that you will do, so you actually fix in their actual problem, which is speed, which you have talked about. And if they say to you, oh, I will then slow down, so this means that you at that stage you will say you will fix the two things there, then the speed and the signal as well. So this promption will make you remember or come back with your memory, and then you will deal with it. So this is how you can adopt, and then later on, that when you get better, I will take that off, and then you will have that same goal that we picked up in the beginning. And with the goal again, if you can say this and move on and start fixing the speed and the signal, this means that you are touching the goal as well as the other problems that the learner is having, and you've given them a proper understanding, not doing it for time being that, oh, okay, you didn't give signal, what's the consequences of not giving signal, and blah blah blah. And the actual problem that the learner have is a speed, that they're not controlling the speed. You have to go the root cause of the problem to fix. so they don't do it again. You don't just do the time pass at the time to move on at the junction, or to do something they have not done it, like signal, and make them do signal and talk about the or analyze the signal and the correction of it. But you don't go to the root cause of it, and the root cause will be giving late signal maybe, and that's the main part of it. The maybe is the speed.